How do we feel about T.I. Coming clean about his snitching in the past?
Well,
What? I didn't hear about this.
You got to create a little more context there.
It's a real gray area.
So he came out and said that basically back in the day, him and his homie caught a gun charge together.
Yeah, everybody remembers this.
Yeah, and then so he was able to beat the gun charge. At his friend got killed in an unrelated incident, and basically his lawyer told him, if you tell the cops that the gun was your friend's, then you'll just beat the gun immediately, and obviously nothing will happen since he's already dead. And so people are comparing this to the situation with Terrence Gangsta Williams, aka Birdman's brother, right? Who
same shit.
But he did it. He told on some murders on some dudes who are already dead in order to be able to get out of prison early. This is a little bit different because it was just a gun charge as opposed to a murder.
Shout out to the homie G Perico because he said it yesterday on Back on Fig. Make sure you watch Back on Fig. He said, hey, if something happens to him and if he can get his homie out of jail, do it. And I feel the same way.
That's what I'm saying.
If I'm gone, hey, man, tell on me.
Tell the cops I was all the guns.
Yeah,
every gun in the whole city was mine.
Say I did petty theft, everything too. Just give it all.
What did I literally say in the group chat?
It's a big gray area.
But the context, he broke it down a little different. The dude is dead, man. You know, if the dude was alive, it's a different conversation, right?
And it's his cousin.
Now, but there's only one.
There's nobody behind bars for this.
But there's one potential extenuating circumstance, which would make which is if there is potential for a wrongful death lawsuit or some other thing that could go back. Yes.
You know, I think that's an individual opinion. I have no opinion on it.
Yeah, if that doesn't seem like a real thing that's happening or whatever, then I mean,
and obviously
it's all hypothetical, right?
Obviously, he had to be comfortable enough with the situation to tell it on a podcast.
See, that's the whole thing is that T.I. was confident enough in his own behavior that he just put himself on blast in a situation that he clearly didn't have to talk about.
Nobody would have ever known if he didn't bring it up.
I think you just have to look at it from a rational perspective. Listen, if you look at it from a rational perspective, it is 100% the only logical thing to do. The only lens by which you can view this that might change that is that super gangster ethos in which you can never tell the cops anything, no matter what. You can never tell your friend, which I get. But I think that at this point, you're kind of like taking it a little too far by saying you can't do this when literally no negative repercussions happen.
I'm not going to ask y'all this. I'm going to ask Adam this. Have you ever spent a night in actual county jail or anywhere?
Yes.
You have.
It sucked.
In New Hampshire or here?
New York.
I'm about to say New York.
Because I'm going to be real with you, man. LA County, Twin Towers, or anything?
No bueno.
That shit's crazy.
No bueno.
Bro, just the staph infection, the rats, the fucking... Now I'm talking about real
But you get to hang out with Crip Mac.
That's just worse than the pen.
And Job 5.
Dog.
Way worse.
It's a Thunderdome, man.
Right? That's got to be the worst. Like, I think about, like... I have nightmares about that shit sometimes, like...
That's why I'm saying if it
no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying
if you're doing it to avoid jail time, I feel like some pretty extreme shit is rationalized or is justified to avoid prison time. It's like literally the worst thing that can happen to you besides being dead. Pretty much, right?
You're not gonna do it. You're gonna be in there, and your homie Ghost gonna come tell on me.
I mean, shit.
No,
bro.
hey, you can for sure tell on me unless it's a sex charge. You feel
Yeah,
me?
don't do that.
But because I don't want to be a retroactive.
Also, you know what, man? Look,
never nunca. With that being
T.I.
said,
is a really highly intelligent person too. Like
T.I.'s also already done Crime Stopper ads before, so this is kind of a funny.
He had to though as a part of his probation.
He did.
Did you see how many firearms?
Them niggas was
that
right.
shit was ridiculous.
They got a little arsenal.